at the State House, Nairobi. The meeting comes a few days after the cabinet swearing in last week Thursday, during which the Monday sorry for that technical hitch. Now on to our first story. The President William Ruto and his deputy Rigathi Gachagua yesterday met with cabinet and principal secretaries at the State House, Nairobi. The meeting comes a few days after the cabinet swearing in last week on Thursday. During the Monday morning meeting, Ruto directed the secretaries to avoid corruption, be efficient and prioritize programs that will create jobs for the young people.
We are one team, and we must work as one team. I listened very carefully when you took your oath of office. And it was about the Republic of Kenya. It was about the people of Kenya. Let us make the people of Kenya our first and only priority. It will make us go very far.
And finally, Your Excellency, is just to encourage everybody to love one another and to appreciate each other. You know, when I look, I find Hassan Joho in the same cabinet with me, and Opio and I, and John Buddy. I appreciate that Kenya is great, and we must all learn to live with each other, because you never know about tomorrow.
I am sure my colleagues are ready to work for the people of Kenya. We know the accountabilities to the people of Kenya. We have heard it from you, and you're the one who is carrying the torch of this accountability on our behalf. We will support you. I'm sure I'm speaking for my colleagues. We will support you. You have actually covered in a very short time what we expect. And now even those of us who are new, we are ready to go.
Now, President William Ruto has moved to clarify that the government has not entered into any coalition agreement with ODM. Addressing a rally in Nyamira, Gusii County, Ruto said the Kenya Kwanza administration and ODM have only agreed to work together. Also, the president thanked opposition leaders who have agreed to be part of his broad-based government.
Hakuna haja ya mirengo. Hakuna haja ya ubaguzi. Nimeamua tutengeneze serikali moja ya Wakenya wote. Mimi nawauliza nyinyi watu wa Kisii, munasema tuungane ama tutengane? Munasema tuungane ama tutengane? Wale wanakubali tuungane nione kwa mkono, wala wanasema tuungane. Hatuja kubaliana ya kwamba chama ya ODM ama tumetengeneza coalition, hapana. Tumekubaliana ya kwamba tutafanya kazi pamoja. Ile kazi ambayo itafaidi wa Kenya wote.
ODM, unajua ulikuwa katika ODM? Na ninaona hapo UDA kuna shida. Wewe ukifika mbele ukipata ni mbaya, mimi kama deputy party leader wa ODM na ukaribisha kuja tuongee.
Serikali ya Kenya na serikali ya Kuwait sasa tumekubaliana na tuko na pesa bilioni 1.4 1.4 billion shillings ya watu wa Nyamira kuwajengea mashule watoto wenu. Tutawajengea soko ingine 9 hapa Nyamira County. Kwa sababu nilikubaliana na kina mama ya kwamba hata mboga atafanya kazi mahali kuna heshima.
Hata mimi nimekuja hapa kusema asanti, kwa sababu mkipigia huyu rais kura, mlinipigia mimi na hamkuwa mmeniona.
This particular program and this particular project is a testament that when we work with our partners, we'll get results.
Now, on other news, the Kenyan's main aviation union said it will call a strike from next Monday over a proposed deal with an Indian company to develop the country's biggest airport. Industrial action that could cause major disruption in East African travel hub. The Kenya Aviation Workers Union, KAU, which represents airport workers, said the proposed agreement announced last month with Indians Adani Airport Holdings would lead to job losses and bring in non-Kenyan workers.
Lakini hakuhusisha wafanyikazi. Sisi ndio stakeholders wakubwa hapa. Sisi ndio tunafanya kazi kwa ground. Hakutuita hatuhusishe. Wamefanya hii kitu kisiri kwa sababu si kitu mzuri.
And if Adani are anywhere where they can hear what I'm saying and what these workers are saying is that they will never step foot on JKIA. Never. 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 Never.
We are not criminals. We are not.
Somebody who is saying that it is an individual company like Adani that can only develop this one is totally wrong. The kind of deals that are being done in this country in terms of assets that belongs to the citizens, that belongs to the workers like KAA will not be acceptable.
You don't do that for us in the next 7 days. We are marshalling everyone from aviation, everybody, and not just JKIA. We will close down all airports in Kenya.
Wewe ni mfanyabiashara katika sekta ya elimu, afya bora, usafiri ama unamiliki kampuni yoyote ile? Ungependa kupata fursa ya kutangaza biashara yako ili kuwafikia wateja zaidi? Usikonde. Runinga ya Younib inakupa fursa ya kupeperusha matangazo kuhusu bidhaa na huduma unazotoa kwa bei nafuu. Kwa maelezo zaidi, wasiliana nasi kupitia nambari za simu 0750344700 ama kupitia barua pepe marketing@younibtv.com. Jinyakulie leo. Younib TV, ever the best.
Ever the best. Hallelujah.
Welcome back. Now, the newly appointed Cooperative Development and Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Cabinet Secretary Wycliffe Oparanya says he is ready to step down from the position should his advice to the government be ignored. Speaking on Sunday at Mariakani Church of God, Oparanya defended his decision to accept President William Ruto's nomination in his new cabinet, citing his performance in his tenure as governor.
Ambao wametoka na Kakamega, mnaona ile kazi nilifanya huko. Hao mimi sikufanya kazi. Si nilifanya kazi. Ndio kwa sababu hao wameangalia, wameona huyu mzee anaweza kusaidia kazi. Si ndio? Nitawasaidia. Nitawasaidia, lakini nikiwaambia twende njia hii ni wanakataa, mimi nitajiondoa na nirudi kwangu.
Lazima tukiwa na shida tukuje pamoja, tuongee, tutatue matatizo yetu. Na hivyo ndivyo mmeona sisi kama washauri wa rais tumemshauri na ameleta serikali ya kujumuisha watu wote. Ndio mnaona John Mbadi ameingia, Joho ameingia, Wandai ameingia, Oparanya hapa ameingia, na wale ambao walikuwepo, ili inji kuje pamoja tuweze kutembea pamoja.
Still on matters cabinet secretaries, the new appointed Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi on Monday vowed to integrate payroll with the Integrated Financial Management Information System (IFIMS) as he officially took over the position. Speaking during the handover ceremony in Nairobi, Mbadi reiterated that the integration was long overdue and must be done.
Some of us don't retire. We change clients. This is the time to change clients. So what we hear is actually not high cost of living or even taxation. It's actually poverty that has hit the country so hard after so many layers of negative shocks.
So anyone who is standing on the way of that reform, please give way. I just want to put it that way, that person must give way. Please allow Kenya to move forward. Revenue of 2022, which should have been revenue used for 2022-2023 financial year. So we've gone back almost 2 years back.
Now, officers from the DCI have taken over investigation into the Eldoret Forex scam, which saw investors lose millions of shillings in investment. The DCI officers have launched fresh investigation into the Forex scandal, even as victims of the scheme held demonstration in Eldoret town demanding for the prosecution of the mastermind, Ambrose Market Abuti, who they lament remains at large.
Patesa 1.4 million na mpaka saa hii sijapata chochote, na natumai nirudishiwe sababu watoto wako nyumbani.
Kile ambacho tunaomba serikali katusaidie tukapate pesa zetu. Tunahangaika, tunateseka, tunapokuja mahali hapa tukifaili wanatupea opi wakisema ya kwamba wanamtafuta.
But at the same time vile nataka kuonya wananchi wasingisho ya kwamba when the deal is so good, think twice. Ni wakishia your case iko kwa safe hands. Itachunguzwa. Zile statement kama ulikuwa umeandika statement zitatumika. At the same time the officers when you wanataka for the case wako within.
Na watu ambao nataka nitaje ambao walisaidia Ambrose kutoka kwa cell ama kumtoa. Huyu mtu anapiga simu hapa, ndiye anapigia maskari wetu hapa kuwapigia simu na ndeteni kuficha huyu jamaa. Eldoret inaenda kuwa city. Inaenda kuwa city tuliannounce kuwa ya waragai.
Case sasa inakuwa taken over. Kuanzia last week tuko na officers from DCI headquarters ambaye wana take over the case waichunguze from Turbo, DCI Turbo sub-county. But I'm sure haitachukua muda. Haitachukua muda.
Now on Marsha's business, Equity Bank Group has posted a 12% profit after tax for the first half of 2024 to stand at 29.6 billion shillings. The earnings attributed to a growing customer deposit which stands at 1.3 trillion shillings in the first half. The bank has also attributed the growth in earnings to its subsidiaries which contributed half of their lenders' net income in the half year.
Now, entrepreneurs are rational. They came from borrowing at 13%. Central bank started offering 17, 18. So we were competing for deposits with the public sector at 17, 18. So banks increased interest rates to 18, 20, 24 to match the market conditions. And of course, what entrepreneurs do is to postpone borrowing. And that explains why Kenya specifically is down 7%.
What actions are we taking to stem the NPLs for Kenya? So firstly, you've seen the trends overall have started to come down, specifically following our policy and risk appetite. We maintain a diversified portfolio across products, sectors, segments, customers to ensure that we do not have all our eggs in one basket.
Equity has been quite considerate around what do we charge the customer, and we've intentionally lagged our interest rate to the market. As the pressures on interest rate came through, we ensured that we lag that behind so that we get to support the customer to where the average loan interest now is at 13%.
A review of the yield 91 days rate has moved from 16.38 to 15.8. So essentially, our customers can look for a reduction.
Now, on matters youth, last week we saw the launch of the National Youth Hackathon Week, where the country's most lethal and capable young IT gurus arrived in Marsabit to share their skills in the much anticipated event. Our very own Alphonse Oma was on the ground to cover the event, and here is the report.
The National Youth Week Hackathon brought together a diverse group of young innovators, tech enthusiasts, and problem solvers from the counties of Nairobi, Marsabit, and Isiolo. The event was held to celebrate the International Youth Day on 12th August 2024. The hackathon kicked off with an inspiring opening ceremony featuring keynote speakers who highlighted the importance of youth involvement in technological advancements and global problem solving. The theme of this year's International Youth Day, From Clicks to Progress, Youth Digital Pathways for Decent Employment and Sustainable Development. Participants were organized into teams and tasked with developing innovative solutions using technology to address the challenge of unemployment. Teams worked intensively to develop their projects, leveraging their diverse skills and expertise. The atmosphere was collaborative and dynamic, with participants actively sharing knowledge. During the commemoration of the International Youth Day,
International Youth Day is a day where we recognize and showcase the role of young people in our community. And the theme for this year is From Clicks to Jobs, Youth Promoting Decent Pathways for Sustainable Development and Decent Employment.
Teams presented their projects to a panel of judges. Each presentation included a demonstration of the technology, an explanation of its impact, and how it addressed the assigned challenge.
The problem we are solving, as you understand, the existing early warning system and early warning information stakeholders do not provide direct communication of early warning to existing, communities. And of course, they also don't provide feedback mechanism through which communities provide hazard reporting or even, sharing vulnerabilities and exposures at the grassroots level.
And how it would address the challenge of high rate of unemployment among the youth. The judges awarded prizes to the top teams based on criteria such as innovation, feasibility, and potential impact.
Congratulations to Muchina!
The winner walked away with 195,500 Kenya shillings, the first runners-up walking away with 95,500 shillings, and the second runners-up walking away with 50,000 Kenya shillings. Today marks the last day of the National Youth Week Hackathon during the commemoration of International Youth Day 2024. The theme of this year's International Youth Day was From Cliques to Progress. Alphonse Ouma, Younib TV, Saku constituency, Marsabit County.
That was our very own Alphonse Ouma. Now on to sports. Equity Bank labored to defeat former champions National Cereals and Produce Board 30-29 in the men's final that lasted for 80 minutes, while KDF completed a double against rivals Nairobi Water with a deserved 29-26 win. Both Cereals and Nairobi Water surrendered the Super Cup titles they won last season as new winners emerged in Forces and Bankers respectively.
Only one match against Ulinzi in the league, and we also lost in the Super Cup, but it's because of the injuries.
I'm happy I fulfilled my target, both winning the league and the Super Cup. For us, we are ready for everything, and we knew we are going to win with or without their key players.
Very tough, and we had to use all the tactics that were available. And you can see that last goal, it was very important for us because we had to put some defense wall.
We started off good, but the finishing was a little bit bad. Today our attack didn't work so much. We were good in defense, but in attack we are not that well coordinated.
Now there you have it. The sports have wrapped up our news bulletin at 4 here at Younib TV. Remember, my name is Joseph Kamau, and if you want to try something, remember, you may be disappointed if you fail, but if you don't try it at all, then you are doomed for good. Have a good evening.